Welcome back to TechFlix. Today we're checking out the highly anticipated Sony RX100 VIII, the latest addition to Sony's iconic compact camera series. With powerful upgrades packed into a pocket-sized body, this model promises serious performance for creators and travelers alike. Let's dive into what makes the RX100 VIII worth the hype or not. Introduction to the RX100 legacy. The Sony RX100 series has long held a powerful position in the world of compact cameras. Starting from the original RX100, Sony consistently pushed the boundaries by cramming high-end features into a pocket-sized body. These cameras have been praised for their 1-inch sensors, fast lenses, and professional-level control in a tiny package. For years, they were the go-to for vloggers, travelers, and even professionals who needed a quality backup camera. By the time the RX100 VII hit the market, Sony had created a compact with 4K video, a 24 to 200mm zoom lens, built-in ND filters, and real-time tracking autofocus. So when rumors and anticipation began to build around the RX100 VIII, expectations were sky-high. Many hoped for a revolutionary leap, a camera that would finally address the shortcomings of its predecessors while maintaining the same legendary portability. But when the RX100 VIII was finally unveiled, many photographers and video creators began to question whether it actually offered anything significantly new, or if Sony was simply repeating its formula with minor tweaks. Spec sheet versus real-world performance. On paper, the RX100 VIII is impressive. It features a 1-inch stacked CMOS sensor capable of delivering detailed images, 4K video with advanced compression options, and a zoom lens that stretches from 24mm to 200mm equivalent. Autofocus is powered by Sony's latest AI-driven real-time tracking, and the burst rate can reach up to 20 frames per second with virtually no blackout. But despite these strong specifications, the camera stumbles when put to real use. First, the lens, while versatile, suffers from noticeable softness at the telephoto end and doesn't offer the wide aperture of earlier RX100 models. This reduces its ability to create shallow depth of field or perform well in low light. The autofocus, while fast in good light, begins to show inconsistencies in dim or backlit conditions, especially when compared to larger sensor mirrorless alternatives. The 4K video quality is good but not groundbreaking, and the camera still experiences overheating when filming extended clips, making it unreliable for serious video creators. In short, the spec sheet impresses at first glance, but the real-world experience reveals a device that hasn't evolved much beyond the RX100 VII. Ergonomics and handling flaws. One of the most frustrating aspects of the RX100 VIII is its user experience. While its size is perfect for pocketability, that same small form factor becomes a major weakness during operation. The buttons are tiny and cramped, the lack of a proper grip makes one-handed shooting uncomfortable, and accidental button presses are frequent. Sony has also kept its notoriously cluttered menu system, which becomes even harder to navigate on a screen this small. The touchscreen implementation is minimal, no full menu navigation, and only partial functionality when it comes to focusing or playback. The pop-up electronic viewfinder is a neat trick, but it remains small and not ideal for composing in bright conditions. Even though the camera supports USB-C charging and has a flip screen for vlogging, these features feel like Sony is checking boxes rather than designing around user need. Battery life remains poor, requiring backup batteries for any serious use. At this point, it feels like the RX100 series is trapped by its own design legacy, unable to innovate meaningfully because it's stuck trying to maintain the same compact body shape that once made it special. Pricing and market position in 2025. Perhaps the biggest issue with the RX100 VIII is its price. In 2025, this camera is retailing close to $1,300, placing it firmly in competition with full-frame and APS-C mirrorless cameras like the Canon R8, Fujifilm X-S20, and Sony's own ZV-E10. All of these alternatives offer larger sensors, interchangeable lenses, better battery life, and far more versatility in both photography and video production. Even smartphones like the iPhone 15 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra now offer computational photography and video features that rival or surpass what the RX100 VIII can deliver, especially when paired with gimbals or lenses. So the big question becomes, who is this camera actually for? Vloggers now prefer dedicated video-first models. Travel shooters lean toward pocketable mirrorless bodies. Casual users rely on smartphones, and enthusiasts would rather spend the same money on more robust systems. The RX100 VIII is stuck in a shrinking niche, too expensive for beginners, too limited for pros, and too outdated to stand out in a market full of flexible, modern alternatives. Final thoughts on the RX100 VIII. The Sony RX100 VIII is not a bad camera by any means. It still takes great photos and solid video, and its pocket-sized design is undeniably convenient. But in a world where technology moves fast and expectations grow faster, this camera no longer justifies its premium price. Sony seems more focused on reusing old hardware in a new wrapper rather than truly innovating. With minimal improvements over the RX100 VII, frustrating ergonomics, limited touchscreen functionality, and lackluster low-light performance, it's hard to ignore the fact that the RX100 VIII feels like a tired formula in an evolving market. What was once revolutionary has now become routine, and with so many better options out there for the same money, the RX100 VIII finds itself labeled not just as a compact camera, but as one of the most overrated releases in Sony's lineup. That was a quick look at the Sony RX100 VIII and everything it brings to the table. Is it the ultimate compact camera or just another overpriced update? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more camera reviews and tech talk from TechFlix.